writing portion of creating your IEP. So what you will need is, as always, ChatGPT opened and ready. From the previous step, our blank document, so that way it can be uploaded and used as a scaffold for when we create this IEP. So I've downloaded that previous document as a PDF. I simply drag it over. Again, you can use any of these buttons as well to place that document within ChatGPT. Okay. As we outlined before, prompt writing is essentially what you're telling the AI you would like it to do, what you need it to do. And we need to make it specific because we are tailoring this to a student. So, there is a step-by-step process outlined in this document of how you are going to do that. The example I'm using is that of a 5th grade student named Taylor. Now, what you want to do first and foremost, though, is say who you are and what grade level you are in. That way, the AI can understand what language it's using it for. It gives context on the grade level and what you are requiring it to do. Again, this is a basic outline, but this should cater to most general needs. So, you are telling it what grade level you are. You are a special education teacher. You may be more specific, or if you are a speech therapist, a physical therapist, a consultant, so on and so forth. And it never hurts to add expert on students with disabilities. This lets the AI know it needs to use language that is catered to within that field. Next, you are telling it simply what you want it to do. Write an IEP and what the student's name is and their disability. For here, I said you are creating an IEP for a student named Taylor who has a learning disability in the area of reading. Just giving it the information it needs to create the IEP. Also here, never hurts to add the pronouns because then it knows what to do. Taylor, I picked on purpose because it can sometimes be a name of a boy or a name of a female student. And for this, I wanted to make sure it uses female pronouns. Having it reference the scaffold that we uploaded. We wanted to use that PDF. We wanted to use that format. So that way when it types all this information, it's in these neat categories for us. So you're just simply saying, hey, look at the PDF, reference it while creating the IEP, and it should follow that format. The most extensive part that you will have to do next is an academic description. Why you're doing this is essentially you need to give it something to go off of. Otherwise, it will create a very general, very vague answer. You need to say exactly what the student is working towards, what they're struggling, any information you can give, and the more information you provide, the more specific result you'll get. So, Taylor's a student who's currently reading at a 3rd grade level, struggles with decoding, struggles with fluency, is working on her math skills and division and multiplication. I'm giving just a general overview of the progress she's made. And lastly, additional details. Anything that you think is of important. Sometimes this is their work ethic. Sometimes this is outside factors like absences. This is anything that you think is relevant to the IEP. I only included a little tidbit of, okay, she's working hard, she's engaged, she's participating, right? So in order to get my prompts from this, I simply just copy and paste what I wrote in each of these boxes. It gives me this nice paragraph at the bottom. I will use my favorite copy and paste tool. Paste it right in. Now, depending on what version of ChatGPT you have, I'm using the 4.0. It should be perfect for this, and it will create the IEP. Now, as you can see, it gives that general overview that's usually found in Frontline IEP or other softwares too that I didn't ask it to create, but because I let it know what it's working towards, it's able to create more specific language in a more specific format. And here we have a brief but specific IEP. Now, why this is useful is what would generally take a large amount of time suddenly became less. It's focused on exactly what I want. It relates what I wrote earlier into what Taylor needs to work on, and it gives you a set of goals. Now, in the next section, we're going to go over how to create more specific goals. But this is nice because it gives you a general range of what you might be considering for goals. So that is how you create a quick version of an IEP in which you can add to and then make your own. But it gets some of those really tedious steps out of the way for you.